Well, good evening, friends. How's it going? That's a bucket of milk right there. Well, Happy New Year. 2020 now. Sorry it's been a while. Been a little busy. I thought tonight about a cool subject. Was reading in a book about over the Christmas holiday about the huge onset of people that have depression, of which I myself have been a victim a time or two, and that there was a difference between what psychologists and people that prescribe psych meds see as depression or a lack of passion. People say, I'm depressed. Well, are you? Or do you just have a lack of passion in your life? Personally, I can remember back to when I was teaching school. I was very passionate about what I did. I flew out of bed in the morning because I felt that need for all the kids that were needing and depending on me to be there, and I loved what I did. I still have many close contacts with the kids I used to teach, but I also soon realized that for as much time as I was willing to give those kids at school, I was also needed at home, and I felt the calling of my own kids who were growing, which is why I chose to then be a stay-at-home dad to 4 children. Now, these two lives are drastically different. Teaching, I'm around so many kids, parents, people in the community. Going to Walmart was exhausting. It took forever to get through because everybody's going to say, hi, hey, how you doing, And nowadays, as a stay-at-home parent, you have isolation. And the sense of gratification and gratitude and thankfulness for what you do as a stay-at-home parent is obsolete. You just have to have an internal will knowing that what you're doing is very much needed, and there's nobody going to be there with the big cheerleading sign. Oh, thank you. Oh, you're just so good. This is great. Thank you so much. I work with teaching my own kids gratitude, which helps me out, and it helps them think about being thankful. We try to practice gratitude every day. But there are 4 main ingredients for living a passionate life. This milk cow could also be a good analogy of, to most farmers, milking a cow would seem as though a huge burden. It takes up time. You're not going to make a whole lot of money if you have one milk cow and you give the milk to the milkman when they comes by for pennies on the dollar. However, I have also learned that in farming there are 4 different legs that a farmer can profit from. The production, which is the actual milking. The marketing, so how I want to price it. Now I'm in touch with my customer, and my customer can appreciate what I do. Normal farmers aren't that. And that is why farming now has the highest suicide rate. The third one is the processing of it, so I can turn my milk into cheese and yogurt and butter, and now I can charge a higher price to my customer. And then finally, the distribution. So I can go around and find my customers and distribute my product to them, and then they in turn give me gratitude, which is something that is missing from the mainstay farm scene today. Most farmers are only in charge of one of the 4, which is production. They produce the grain, they drop it off at the elevator, and then a middleman takes it, markets it, processes it, and distributes it. Those are 3 legs of profit that almost all farmers are missing out on, and the most important part of that is they are missing the sense of gratitude from their customer. You see the signs on the side of the road that says, one farmer feeds 128 people plus you. The farmer's not getting any Christmas cards for it. Yet farmers undoubtedly are some of the most passionate people I've ever come to know. Farmers, teachers, doctors alike. And the funny part about those 3 professions is that government has ruined all 3 of them. Anything government touches, it's going to ruin it. They have ruined the profession of farming because the people that make the laws, help write the legislation, are the ones in the industry. They are the administrators of education. They are the pharmaceutical reps of medicine. They're the ones writing the legislation, not the doctors, not the teachers, not the farmers. Funny. So, back to our original difference. The difference between depression and a lack of passion. I'm going to attach an interview between two doctors, and the doctor being interviewed talks about how he can track where in a person's life they suffer the greatest amount of stress. You see, passion is the #1 killer for stress. People that are passionate can work in a stressful environment and it never phases them. However, people that don't have the passion for what they do, their health will decline drastically when stress is present without passion. I find the relationship between the two so fascinating because as my own life has changed 180 degrees, I too have had moments where I have to find, the silver lining, the passion for what I do, connecting myself with my customer, my consumer, my children, my wife, so that I can feel the sense of gratitude for what I do. And I know not all people are that lucky. So instead of perhaps thinking if one is depressed, maybe one just suffers from a lack of passion. The more I do this, the more passionate I become about it, and the more ingrained I come. I just want to dig in further and further every day, and I love what I do. And it's difficult at times when there's nobody there jumping up and down. So if you're a stay-at-home parent, I know how I feel. I don't know how you feel, but I know how I feel. That's what I say to my wife all the time. Anyway, I hope all of you are doing well. I have a cool list of subjects to talk about, and just hear me ramble. I'm done milking the cow now. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow night. I got a whole list of stuff. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy 2020.